Lagos Ibadan Expressway kidnapping, Southwest in danger. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Two recent kidnapping incidents on the Lagos Ibadan Expressway and in Ekiti State underline the growing insecurity in Southwest in Nigeria. At the Ibadan State end of the expressway, suspected Fulani bandits attacked travelers on October 27th, abducting 5 persons and killing several others. 2 days after, 7 bandits struck in Ekiti, also abducting 4 travelers. These attacks denote the failure of the region state governors to join forces effectively and arrest the dangerous drift into anarchy. Unless they act now and decisively, the region could end up like parts of the north where life has become brutish and travel, farming, and commerce hazardous. Strikingly, the 2 attacks occurred in daylight, the one in Ekiti at 11 a.m., the Ibadan incident at between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., according to the police. This is audacious, proving that the criminals can operate at will. In the expressway attack, the daring gunmen repelled the police before killing those who resisted them and capturing several travelers whom they took into the forest. This is a frightening breakdown of security on the country's major highway and access to Lagos, the country's commercial and industrial hub. It also confirms long-voiced alarms that the southwest forests are infested with bandits. Victims in the attack restated how the kidnappings callously murdered those whose families were unable to pay ransom. One victim, Adigun Agbaje, a former deputy vice chancellor of the University of Ibadan, said, "I was released by my kidnappers after spending 2 nights in the thick forests of Ogun and Oyo states. My mind goes to 5 others who were still left with the kidnappers, 2 young ladies, 2 young men, and a middle-aged person. I was shot in the head during the abduction." Another victim, Aminat Taiwo, 22, said those kidnappers were more than 30. They covered their faces. They were putting on army and police uniforms. At first, we thought they just wanted to rob us, but to our greatest surprise, after stripping us of everything we had, they asked us to start moving inside a deep forest. We walked for more than 2 hours inside the forest. Many other victims have been recounting similar gory encounters across the southwest highways, farms, and forests in the past few years. On the watch of the indifferent state governors, some of us who, in their desperation for access to the spoils of national office, are aligning with a faction of the Nigerian ruling class that openly backs the killers, a reign of terror is unfolding. Amid a massive influx of Nigerian foreign marauders from the north and beyond the country's borders, the southwest governors are cynically fixated on politics. Yet, Nigerian security officials have accepted that Boko Haram and Islamic terrorists have teamed up with Fulani herdsmen, militants, and bandits, who are also mainly Fulani. Terrorism, which is difficult to defeat, looms in the region. The first duty of any government is the security of lives and protection of properties. But the region is brimming with criminals of diverse hues, including Fulani herders destroying farms, kidnapping, raping, and killing. Today, residents are afraid to travel across the region for social activities, farming, or business. The economy of the region is heading towards the desolation that prevails in the northern state. With few exceptions, the governors treacherously failed to act on repeated warnings, attack, and stringent alerts on the invasion of the region. Gani Adams, the leader of the Odua People's Congress, and the self-determination agitators like Sunday Igboho, Adeyemo, and many victims of the bandits have repeatedly cried out. Kunle Togun, retired Army Brigadier General and former intelligence chief, confirmed repeatedly that foreign marauders had surrounded the entire southwest. Though 5 of the southwest states have set up the Regional Security Corps, Amotekun, only Ondo is very vigorous in making it work. Others appear lukewarm. Lagos has not, as the government and ruling political faction pursue their political ambitions. In reaction to the brutal murder of Funke Olakunrin, the daughter of Pa Ruben Fashoranti, the Yoruba leader on the Akure-Owo Highway in the July 2019 by Fulani element, the Southwest governors had established their Amotekun. But the governors are distracted by partisan politics ahead of 2023, and Amotekun has not developed the necessary decisive bite. Only Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo demonstrates resolute visible zeal, equipping the corps and funding it, while 4 others have actually established Amotekun with varying degrees of funding and commitment. Unlike Akeredolu, they do not demonstrate appreciation of the enormity of the existential threat posed by the terrorists. Bloody attacks, kidnappings reported on the highways, and the terrorist shooting at the St. Xavier Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State, in which 42 worshippers were killed and scores wounded, should wake them up. Akeredolu's quest to equip the Amotekun Corps with modern weapons has met with arrogantly stiff opposition from the northern-dominated federal security agencies. He should not be deterred. Other governors should join in this objective. Adeyemo came to prominence when he embarked on a mission to liberate his Okeogun community from the grip of Fulani herdsman vagrancy and kidnapping. In that part of Oyo State, famine is still endangered as herdsmen kidnappers run riot. The criminals like the Fulani bandits in the north burn farmlands and rape and touch property. Strangely, the region's governors fail to implement their anti-open grazing laws or enforce bans on commercial motorcycle operations. The security breakdown in the north should serve as a warning. A former chief of army staff, Theophilus Danjuma, has reiterated his earlier call on Nigerians to rise in self-defense. In 2017, when I called on the people to defend themselves, a kangaroo committee of inquiry was set up to investigate, and they said I was lying because there was no evidence. The former Minister of Defense said, "Today in the country, there is evidence everywhere. The foreign bandits are killing and taking over lands in all the places. I will not give you arms. You have to find out how the bandits got and find your stew." The Southwest stakeholders should listen. The failure of a national security architecture is glaring. Relying on the shambolic regime of the President, Major General Muhammad Buhari, retired, for security is suicidal. The Nigerian Security Tracker of the Council on Foreign Relations recounted 53,480 persons killed by terrorists between May 29, 2015 and October 15, 2022. Whether you like it or not, the security situation in the country is getting worse. And I will keep saying this. This is what I feel. Because nobody is taking the security of the nation seriously. That is why it is spreading. Had it been these people were given stiff resistance when they started, these bandits now, and these criminals, and these terrorists, had it been the Nigerian government maybe to hit these people really hard, then go don't carry their load come out. But because the government always is forgiving, is loving, is caring towards terrorists than its citizens, that is why we are having these kind of things occur recurrently. And the thing is, they will not do anything until it affects one of them. That is why maybe we should start saying that it should start affecting them. Because if you ask me, why? People are suffering. You don't want to go through what the Northerners are going through. I repeat, you don't want to go through what the Northerners are going through. Let the government do the needful. Or they should encourage state police to comment so that at least state governors should be in charge of their own state security-wise. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news.